Hi guys, it's a beautiful day once again and welcome back to Dexter's World channel. Let me share with you my thoughts about bringing back the breeding of ornamental fish, and one of those is the betta fish. Well, you know that we utilize this place, and you can see here, this is the old cage of our African lovebirds. Now that we already have transferred our African lovebirds to the farm and they already have a good cage, so to speak, I might as well, I'm thinking about this, engage in a mega betta breeding. So this betta breeding had been very productive and fruitful, and in fact it's a lucrative business because if you know how to breed them, you can be counting hundreds of bettas for just breeding a single pair of it. So the breeding of bettas had been the big business for many people across the globe, and we are not exaggerating this because we can already see that many people are actually collecting bettas. And these bettas, when you are collecting them, will develop plenty of colors. No two bettas will display the same color. There will be really difference. And you can see this in our future vlogs. And in my previous vlogs, I was so fired up. I mean, I was so engrossed with the breeding of these bettas. In fact, I have visited many places here in our locals, places where people have bred their betta fish, and getting to know them and getting also the best practices that they have experienced and for their success of their betta breeding. And you will see that this betta breeding had been the source of livelihood to some people. So we're bringing that back, and you are seeing a very spacious place for the betta, I should say, because this betta fish will not require you a very large, place. What only they needed is a secured place and a place where they have the cover from the sunlight. So these bettas are very sensitive of high temperature, that if they are exposed to a very high temperature, this will bloat their stomach, especially if the water condition is not good. So there are only 3 tips that I would like to share with you. And for those of you who are new to this channel, may I invite you to also browse our old videos about bettas. You know, the breeding of bettas had been stopped during the pandemic, and now we're bringing it on. We're bringing it back because I can feel and I can sense that many people are asking about it. Many people are wanting to, to buy from us quality betta. So this is what we are going to do. We will remove the division here in the middle so that we can just walk through and through. And then at the corners of this, we will put some stand for our betta tanks. So that would be an exciting endeavor. So at the bottom of this, of course, we will utilize this for the breeding facility, where we are going to hang many small pails, like just container, and then breed as many as pairs that we can breed. So we already have experience breeding bettas, and there are very simple tips to observe in order for you to really become successful, and one of those is the use of the Indian almond leaves. And this is actually the reason why I intentionally put up a plant here, a tree. I planted it with an intention of using the leaves of this for the breeding and also for the growing. And another thing that I can share with you is that when we are going to breed our bettas, we will select good quality breeders. And selecting good quality breeders would mean the maturity, actually, because if you are breeding immature, then they will fight. If the male bettas are immature, the female will kill it. So both of them should be at the age of maturity so that you will not be encountering problems. And I would like to also revive or repeat the crash course, the lessons that I have shared about bettas. You know, these bettas need to have an acquaintance. You cannot just put them together, all together, and then decide for breeding if they are not acquainted with each other. So there are several methods on how to acquaint them. Of course, you have to put the containers adjacent, or maybe you can put a small basin and then you put the male betta in the middle of the basin, and then you can also use the transparent bottle for this so that they can see each other. So these are the minor things that we have to observe in betta breeding. Well, no problem about breeding. I know that many of you have already experienced, but the problem is when they're gonna hatch or when they're gonna be hatched, they are not ready yet to eat the food. So the next question that maybe we can ask is, what is the correct kind of food that we can give? And another is, when is the best time to feed the babies of these bettas? Well, if you are seeing the bettas that's still being taken care of by the father, by the way, it's the father who will take care of the babies, and then that's not the correct time yet to feed our bettas. We will feed them when there are already mouths that are developed, and then that is happening on the 7th, 8th, or 9th day. So you will see also that on the 9th day, the father would scatter the bubbles. I mean, they're not anymore grouped in one corner, but they're scattered and they are swimming now freely. And that's the time that we can introduce this very tiny, and take note of this, very tiny live food, such as the dapnya. Well, these dapnyas should be given, I mean, you have to strain this one to be able to give the very small, the smallest dapnya that you can give to the bettas, because they will also kill the baby bettas, the dapnyas. Bigger dapnyas are not good for the betta fish. So the first feeding should be, of course, fed while the father of these bettas are still there in the tank. So you will not prematurely remove the father, because they really need the care of this father by means of creating bubbles in order to put their situation always on the top, because it's the bubbles that will really help the babies to master some strength and be swimming freely. So without the male betta, of course, you will fail. So the eggs should be incubated by the male bettas, and then the taking care of the babies should be the obligation as well of the male bettas. And you will not get the male bettas prematurely, because if you will do that, then that's a failure in your breeding of these bettas. If you are looking for a job and then no companies or institutions would accept you, and you are into the hobby of collecting, this ornamental fish, you better try your luck in fish breeding, because this fish breeding had been my, lucky charm. Because when I started this YouTube channel, I was already a well-known breeder of ornamental fish here in our locality, and we are actually sending our produce to other cities and other provinces. So this might be a calling for you to earn an income, and you study this. If you're into it, you can enhance that skill and be mindful about the positive things that will happen when you're gonna engage into this kind of business. So you will see that this area is quite good already. We have to clean this up. And of course, I will not get the roofings because we needed this. Bettas needed shaded parts of your area, and you have to cover them, but not depriving them totally from the sunlight. So we are expecting thousands of bettas that will be raised here, and I hope that we can do this next week, because I've already talked to my friends who are willing to import us some good quality breeders for us to start again with our betta farm, and then this will be followed by the guppies. So bringing back old memories and bringing back old businesses. It so happened that pandemic came, and we were actually constrained to stop, and now since we don't anymore have this pandemic issues, then it's a high time that we will bring back the excitement about the fish breeding. So that's all that we can share. I hope you will continue to like and share our videos. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, may humbly ask you to please subscribe and hit that notification bell, because we're uploading videos very regularly. And shout out to the members of the channel. Welcome new subscribers. Thanks for sharing our videos. And I would like to see you in my next upload only here at Dexter's World.